Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of In the Goldfields. We are down here on my claim this morning and I'm going to bring to you a little something. I'm going to show you what we do usually. I've got a couple videos that show a little bit of it, but not a whole lot of it. But I did want to show you something really fast and furious in this hole, what we're digging out. As you can see, we've got this gray stripe that's going up and along in here. It's like a seam of old bedrock. And we don't know if that's where we're getting our bigger pieces from. We don't have time to bring water tubs down here and do some panning on the stuff, but we're more or less running that stuff with the other stuff that we're getting out of here. This is some nice deep red river sand. You can see right there, we already know for a fact that that's got gold in it, but we're just wondering if this gray seam here that actually goes up and around comes back down and out here to a point. We just wonder if that's carrying a little bit bigger pieces of gold. As you can see, like behind me, you see the pile's still pretty high. We don't know if this is actually a dump pile or if this is actually the original creek bed, just because it's got this gray bedrock seam in it. But like I said, we're still continuing to find out. We're going to show you pictures later this evening after we do the clean out tonight on this gold. I'll be putting that on the end of the video. That way you guys can see the gold. Everybody likes to see the gold for sure. But we're more or less, we're making the hole bigger and we're moving a lot of rocks, which you are going to see here in just a little bit. All right, now we're back out here, but back out of the hole. I'm going to show you pretty much what our process is. I generally have Rob in the hole. He's chipping on the walls, bringing stuff to me. He's filling these buckets. Now, when we do these buckets, our dry washer set here, I've got a giant classifier over here. I'm going to show you what we do probably about 80 times a day. We're going to take one of these buckets, unclassified, walk over here, walk up the hill. Yeah, I know it's a fast classifier, isn't it? Two buckets for one bucket of classified material. Like I said, we do this all day, every day. After that, scrape off the top of your plate. Pull it around, and then we're going to bring it down here. And I don't have it running right now just because I'm shooting this video. We're going to put it, I actually come down here and automatically put it in the dryer washer. Now, we've got this classified down to about maybe a 5 mesh. And what that does is it enables us to run the dry washer slower feed. That way it breaks apart those sand molecules and actually gets more of the gold that we might have missed. But we butter it up. I run what we call low and slow. That gives Rob enough time to pull out these buckets, gives me enough time to classify them, and it gives the machine enough time to run and really get the gold without crowding it with bigger rocks and things like that. That's why we classify like that. So bring you back here in a little bit. I'm going to show you just how the dry washer runs, show you little aspects of it, what I look for when it's running good. And the motor is very key. You'll understand when you hear it running, you'll really understand the motor's not running really loud. So like I said, let me get a couple of these done again, and then we'll start the motor and we'll get back with it. This is why gold, this is what he does during the day. He pulls that nice dirt down. Sometimes it gets a little hard on it. He just gets rougher. That's why we got them big old husky tools for. Makes a difference. Like I said, we throw out a bunch of rocks. I mean, if you look right there, it's a bunch of rocks. And that's just from the hole that you see we dug right here. That's all that rocks is out of this hole. You see how that dirt comes down to him right there? Easy to keep it up with the dry washer buttered up and running like we do have it. It's easier for us to keep up with each other and the dry washer, I must admit. What don't you think, Rob?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. See, like I said, we're standing on bedrock right here. You can see the bedrock where that bucket just rolled down. That's a bedrock ledge, and we're going to sweep that off later on. So we're trying to come in right under or right on top of the bedrock, more or less. But yeah, he fills his buckets back up. And I head them over to the classifier and get them done, and then we put them in the dry washer. Let's keep her going. Let's keep her going. Okay, as you can see, we just started up the dry washer. Now you can see it, like I said, we got it really slowed down. Makes it really nice, makes it bubble up very nice, and it gives a chance for that silt to actually get out of there. And as you can tell, you're going to get dusty. It's going to be dirty. But it's, like I said, it runs out of there real nice, nice and slow, nice and even. Look at the way that thing works. Oh, I love these Keen 151s. They are awesome. Another thing, you hear my motor? I have that motor set at pretty much like you are mowing the yard. You don't need to have that motor going high, wide open. You're going to waste more gas, and you've got bigger chances of blowing gold out of your dry washer box. Now, like you said, we do those classified buckets about anywhere from 60 to 85 times a day. What you can see, we got 50 buckets down here, so we can do it over and over and over. It's a good job. It's a fun job, but yeah, like I said, you're gonna get dirty. There ain't no way around it. Some people always ask me how come I don't wear a mask, and I'm like, well, I don't stand in the dust. The wind's either going one way or the other, so that's why I don't wear a mask. We're never standing in the dust. So there it is, another way of doing the dry washing, guys. And you'll other see my angle on my box. Yeah, it's not really steep. You don't have to have it. The more time you give your gold to shake and get down in them cups, the better off you're going to be. Let's get at her. Okay, after a long and exhausting day out on the claims moving buckets, which it's not that bad. It is tiring, but hey, since me and Rob's got the system that we're working together, it makes really, like I said, a lot of things go more easy. You're not stressing out because your dry washer's not wide open. You're not trying to keep up with the gas. You're not trying to keep up with any of that stuff. You just work at your own pace. So the process that we have is working very good. And I know you guys can see me in a sock hat. I'm not usually in a sock hat, but it was chilly this morning. I decided not to wear my other hat down there, so I'm still in the same garb that I had on this morning. So anyway, this is our cleanup sluice that we use sometimes. Most generally, we try to run it through the gold cube first. And the reason why is because it classifies it down to 8 mesh, and then we run it through the gold cube, and more or less everything comes out of here. We just got to process it down to 20 mesh. One of the good things is I rerun my dry washer cons, so we get less of cons that we have to do. And then I've got a unique system that I use. Let me show you here. Let me turn on the power. I got the inverter, it goes from 110 to 12 volts, so I don't have to pack around a battery anymore. And I'll tell you what, guys, that is, to me, that's priceless. Because toting around that battery was just a pain in the butt. Now, on this system, I got a little smart with myself. Got me a little board to stand up here. Got me a cup with a little bitty hole in it right here. What I'm going to do is I set this up here. It's almost like my dry washer. It's got a little bitty pinhole in it. That way I'm not overworking the machine. Check to see the water's doing good. It is. So what we're going to do is we come in here and get us a cup. We're going to fill this up. And I got an automatic feeder. Usually. There it goes. So then I guess just sit here and let this thing drain out and let it work. Now, usually we do things wet because we usually run it through the gold cube first. But this is, we re-ran our concentrates to more or less bring less home. So I re-ran we had probably about 3/4 of a bucket. I re-ran it through the dry washer twice. That way we're only bringing home a quarter of what we had. And it makes a big difference bringing 3/4 of a bucket home, or you bring like 4 cups home. It makes a big difference, trust me. But yeah, let's sit here and we're gonna let this feed, and when we get a clean out, we'll bring you back and we'll let you check that out. This is just the first half of my cleanup. Our back half will be on a Royal Miller table. That's going to be another video, so keep your eyes out with that. It will be done with the same goal that you're going to get seen to clean up today, but we also have some other stuff that we need to run that we've actually got down below 50 mesh. So, like I said, keep your eyes out for that video, the Royal Miller table. You'll see that as well. But like I said, we'll bring you back here in a little bit. We'll let you see what we clean out. Ooh. Get her going here again. Almost got a big rock in there. There it goes. Anyway, we'll bring you back in a minute. All right, the cleanup is done. We're all right. We're not impressed, but we're doing pretty good. And let me show you the gold here. Now, I have some down here in the bottom because it's just light and stuff like that. But you can see what we're finding. It's nice and fine. Sometimes we find some stuff above 20 mesh. But where we're finding the gold, it's all going to be fine like this. But there's plenty of colors. There's 50, 60 colors in there. And we probably ran about, I don't know, 40, 38 buckets, 37 buckets today. So, yeah, that's what we're seeing in a day's time. What we're going to start doing here after Thanksgiving is we're going to go until like 4 o'clock. Our system's working really good. We're not overwearing our bodies out like we did last year. We have a system now. Rocks are getting out of the way. Everything's good. The cleanup station's looking good. So everything's working in our favor. So I want to say that's kick-ass to me. Anyway, I want to give a special thanks out to somebody, Lou Olinsky and his mother. I want to thank her for watching my videos, and I want to thank Lou for actually getting me on Twitch. I am going to do my first episode on Twitch and YouTube after Thanksgiving. That way, all the holidays and stuffs are over, and people go back to watching YouTube and stuff like that. I was going to do something on Thanksgiving, knowing people's going to be home and probably be bored, but I think I'm going to wait till after Thanksgiving. I'll post this video probably tonight. The Royal Miller Table video that I told you to keep a watch out as well. That's going to be coming after Thanksgiving, so keep an eye out for that. But I want to tell everybody out there, my friends, my family, and my subscribers, happy Thanksgiving. And if you haven't subscribed, give me a like, give me a subscription. We always enjoy having more people come on to enjoy our video content and to teach you how to dig gold. And just remember, get out there and live life before life isn't there to start living. And I may see you in the Goldfields. Have a good Thanksgiving.